vast blue expanse critical to life on Earth. And there's no better animal to represent the story of the ocean with all its splendor and uncertainty than the killer whale, or as it's scientifically known, the Orcinus orca. The orca lives in every corner of the ocean, from the Arctic to the Atlantic, the Southern to the Indian, to the mighty Pacific and beyond. This whale's story is the ocean's story, and it is one we all share.
Welcome to SeaWorld's Orca Encounter. My name is Mike, and I am honored to introduce to you these intriguing and majestic animals. Seeing a killer whale up close and learning about them and their natural behavior. We hope this Orca encounter will help you better understand these magnificent creatures and all that they represent.
While they are found in every ocean, orcas living off the coast of Iceland are quite different than those near Costa Rica. In fact, there are at least 10 types or ecotypes of killer whales. An ecotype describes the differences between killer whale size, physical form, prey, social structure, and habitat. As you can see, the differences are subtle, but noticeable when compared side by side. Orcas are adapted perfectly to their environments. And even the whale's black and white coloration has a purpose. It camouflages the outline of their bodies in the water, making it easier for them to surprise and catch their prey. When viewed from above, the black of the whale blends in with the dark depths of the ocean. When viewed from below, the orca's white bellies match the brighter surface of the water, blending with the light above, giving them the perfect camouflage.
They're right there, Dustin.
Killer whales truly are a natural wonder. And Shouka, a 25-year-old female, is going to help me show all of you some of their physical characteristics. Her blowhole is perfectly designed for getting a quick breath of air right at the surface. And even the location of her eyes works to her advantage. It looks like they're located in that white eye patch, but that is a visual distraction. Her eyes are actually located just in front of the eye patch, camouflaging them from thrashing prey. The fin on her back is called a dorsal fin and helps stabilize her while she swims. There are no bones or muscles inside a dorsal fin, so sometimes dorsal fins may curve over. The flippers on either side of her body are called pectoral flippers and are mainly used for steering and stopping. Pectoral flippers contain 5 bony digits inside them, similar to a human hand. The lobes on either side of her body are called flukes. Tail flukes act as a killer whale's engine and can propel them close to 30 miles per hour. And they're the fastest, use the most power, when they're propelling their nearly 10,000-pound bodies completely up and out of the water.
Killer whales are highly social animals with a well-defined social structure. An orcapod is always led by a female. Though just half the size of her male counterpart, she is in charge. It's all about attitude, not size. Because they live and work as a group, orcas need to communicate with sounds and body language. Orcas use clicks for echolocation or navigation. Whistles to socialize in the pod. And calls for group coordination and hunting. Vocal development studies here at SeaWorld show that early on, calves learn vocalization from their mothers. But as they grow, they learn from others close to them as well. This is a bottlenose dolphin call that Shouka learned and even taught other killer whales here at SeaWorld. In fact, orcas are the largest members of the dolphin family. Whales here and in the wild use vocalization to communicate all the time.
Like all animals, killer whales use body language as part of their communication. Pectoral slaps are used to show dominance or just to get noticed. For example, a mother might use a pec slap to get her calf's attention. But when they really want to be heard, they breach. Killer whales coordinate and get a better view of their surroundings while they hunt. Fluke slaps are another form of communication killer whales use in the wild. Great communicators, so it's no surprise they are at the top of the ocean's food chain.
Killer whales work together to rear their young, protect their pod, and most importantly, pursue and catch their prey. Every day they cooperate to survive in the wild oceans of the world. The orca's hunting techniques are as varied as the whales themselves. Norwegian killer whales will circle herring, herding them together. The whales use sounds to coordinate with each other and to disorient the herring. With the fish confused and contained, the whales stun them with their powerful tail flukes, making for an easy meal.
Killer whales of the southern hemisphere capture sea lions right off the beach. Watch as Ulises shows you a similar behavior and movement right here in front of you. Antarctic orcas will actually create waves that knock seals off of floating ice. Shouka's going to show off this same type of wave-making technique, showing off one of the many impressive hunting abilities killer whales have developed all over the world. Now, you all have seen these waves crashing in front of you. However, you can't really imagine the amount of water that is truly displaced until you experience it firsthand. Now, luckily, we have 3 very brave volunteers, and I believe they're all related too. We've got 3 sisters. They don't look anything alike. Welcome, girls. All right, get comfy, get really squished right here on your iceberg. Now, remember that seal in the video? You 3 are going to be my seals, okay? So put your backs right up here against the glass here. Perfect. All right. Hang on to each other because Ulises is going to come pay you a visit, all right? Now, he weighs almost 10,000 pounds, and this water is a nice and warm 54 degrees. All right, he's coming. I'm going to get out of here because the water's cold. Here he comes. Hang on tight. Hold on to each other. Nicely done. How was that? Pretty good, right? All right, give it up for the 3 sisters, everybody. Go ahead and join your family right up there. Very nice. Trust me, it is cold today. Oof. Good job. Good job. Now, because killer whales are found in every single ocean, it is no surprise that they prey on all types of animals, including other whales. The blue whale on the big screen is the largest animal on Earth. It is 5 times longer and 50 times heavier than a whale even like Ulises here. So how does a whale that size prey on a whale that size out in the wild? And it's possible because killer whales are the ultimate team players.
In this example, we see the larger male orcas surround a sperm whale, forming a perimeter, while the females continue to drive the whale forward until it reaches exhaustion. The calves then move in to join the adults in the group. Whatever their prey, killer whales always cooperate and hunt together, making them a highly successful predator.
Play is another important part of everyday life for killer whales. It's how they teach their young to hunt and practice their skills as they grow. Killer whales are always playing with and interacting with each other in the ocean, and of course, also right here at SeaWorld. Porpoising is when killer whales swim fast at the surface, breaking up and out of the water briefly. see them doing this when catching a ride in the wake of a boat or surfing in a wave. Killer whales also like to be touched and will rub their bellies on rocks when they can. Shouka's going to show off a very similar type of tactile behavior that you'll also see the whales do here at SeaWorld San Diego, just like you would see them do on the beaches of British Columbia. Killer whales also imitate each other out in the wild, and we see it here at SeaWorld all the time. They're constantly mimicking and learning from each other.
Yeah, we'll go. Yeah, we'll get to the ride.
Playful behavior has a purpose. Many of these behaviors you all have seen today are used in hunting to stun fish. But today, the killer whales might be stunning all of you. We interact with our whales every day, which allows us to share trusted relationships in order to provide quality healthcare, research, and quality of life. Whales here at SeaWorld San Diego take part in their own health and well-being. So if you look right up there at the stage, Vicki has asked Shouka into a rollover behavior. Now this is arguably one of the most important behaviors that we can ask our whales to do. This is called husbandry training. This is going to allow our veterinarians and actually to come out and take a blood sample right from their tail flukes. We'll take that sample back to the lab and make sure that everything is healthy with all of our killer whales. We can also ask them up onto a big giant scale. We do this at least once a week to make sure that all the whales are getting the proper nutrition and that the calves are growing properly. And we can also get a breath sample right from their blowhole. Now, none of these behaviors would be possible if it weren't for the trusted relationships that we share with the animals every single day right here at SeaWorld. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is my privilege to introduce you to a whale that is very special to me. Here comes Keet. Keet is a 25-year-old male, and he weighs just over 8,000 pounds. Hey, buddy. Now, Keet and I are very similar in that we're bigger guys, and we don't really like to do very much. Keet likes to just kind of hang out and get back rubs from his trainers, as you saw Brad working with him pretty much the entire presentation, and just likes to hang out and be around us. He is a lot of fun, and he's got some pretty fun vocals too. Yeah, good boy.
The whales here at SeaWorld have helped killer whales in the wild by participating in many research studies. One ongoing study monitors the whale's heart rate and breathing to understand how marine noise pollution from ship engines and other sources affect wild populations. In another study, scientists from NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, took measurements of the killer whales living here, including pregnant whales. By comparing these measurements with drone footage of killer whales in the wild, scientists are able to monitor the wild population's nutritional and reproductive states. Other research has been done here at SeaWorld on the mother whale's milk composition. This research will help create an effective model to understand how toxins in the ocean impact wild killer whales and their milk supply. What we learn from the whales in our care every day is actively helping whales in the wild survive. And just by being here today, you've supported our rescue, research, and conservation efforts all around the world.
Oh, we scared the birds away. Bye, birds.
If we work together, like the killer whale, we can protect the future of the Orcinus orca and this beautiful planet that we all share.
Thank you so much for joining us at Orca Encounter. We hope you learned even more about these incredible animals. Have a great rest of your day right here at SeaWorld. Bye, everybody.